feel much cooler soon. Are you ready for your haircut? What a good boy. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how I shave this little boy down. Now it's getting hot outside and he's getting his summer cut. So I am going to shave him with a 7F blade. Now a lot of people have been asking me to show the millimeters, and this is a 7F. It's 3 millimeters. Hopefully you can see that right there. So this is the shortest blade that I go when I shave dogs down. So 7F is a nice short clip and short, very nice for the summer. And just make sure you have 2 blades and you have some clipper oil and some Cool Lube, because the blade, that's the Cool Lube I spray if the blade gets hot. But I do have a second blade if it gets hot, and then I have the oil. I put the oil in there just to make the blade cooler and to move back and forth more smoother. So I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you how I shave this little boy. Now normally I would just put the dog right in the tub, but I usually do that if I'm going to leave some length on the dog's coat. So since he's getting shaved down with the 7F, why wash it and dry all that? So I'm going to take some hair off, and nothing's been done to the dog yet, so I'm just going to shave him starting at the neck and working my way down. What was that? So I just go right down the back like this. I keep the blade, flat. And then I just turn it down to go down the sides. So I'm not doing the perfect job before the bath. What I'm doing is just getting off the bulk of the hair. I'll bathe him, dry him, and then re-clip him. So now I'm just going to go down the leg. Now be careful of this area. There's like skin hanging here. Okay, you want to go down. You don't want to come across because you could cut that. Everything just going down flat. And be careful of here. There's very thin skin here. Okay, you don't want to be going this way. You want to come from the side. And I have my hand back here, which I'm stretching the skin to go flat. Just going right down to the foot to take that off. Then I will lift the leg. I'll support the dog with my hand and lift underneath. Actually, kind of move the tail. Actually, no. Hold the tail. Depends on where the dog puts the tail. So I'll get what I can. Since he's a very small dog, I might just lift him in the front because it's hard to get under with such a long clipper. Now he has a growth here. Oh yes, I feel it. You can always feel for bumps and growths first. I know this dog, so I know he has one here. You don't want to shave off anything you shouldn't. And I'm going to lift up his ear so I don't clip that off. Hold up his chin. And go right down the throat here. And right under the chest. And while I'm here, I'm just going to take off the side of the neck. Look at all the hair, and then I'm just going to get the side of this leg. Where's that growth? Oh, there it is. See that? Yuck. I'll go around that. so I'm just going to lift up his arm and try to get underneath the belly here and under the arm. Be careful of the armpit. It's got loose skin here. You can cut that, so just come down to the side. Unless you're really comfortable with the clippers, just, you know, never just shave upwards, because the skin will get caught between these teeth and you'll cut it right open. It's not a pretty sight. And then you'll have to pay all the vet bills and you'll lose all that money. It's a lot of money to lose. It's okay, buddy. Taking it right off the feet. So and always test your blade to see if it's hot. And I'm going to change my blade right now. So this blade is very simple to take off. You push that in and you take it off, and then you put the other one on. And it just slides in and has a little hole there. Put it in there. Make sure it's on. There we go. Okay, so I'll do this side in time lapse, otherwise the video will be way too long. Basically doing the same thing as the other side. Okay, to do his underbelly, he's such a small dog, he's kind of low to the ground. I'm just going to lift his front feet. And be careful of the private area there. Just going to go right to there with my wall clippers. And now I'm going to use my wall trimmers. They're a little bit shorter than the other clippers, like, you know, lengthwise, so I can get them underneath the dog. It's really hard to get, you know, the small dog's groins, but you have to hold the tail, lift the leg, and just clip all that hair under the privates. I try not to dig into the skin because you don't want irritation since you're using like a number 10. Sometimes I use a 7F here, but it's kind of hard to do on this little dog because the blade is bigger. So I'm using a 10 gently, like lightly. No, it's okay. Okay, honey. There we go. Try to pull away a little bit. And I'll do the other side. Do the same to the other side. Just be careful if the dog has like sore knees or arthritis. You know, they won't be able to lift their legs like this. If they resist, you can stop, but some dogs resist no matter what. Usually you'll get to know the difference of how the legs feel, and you know, if they cry, obviously if they got pain. You see that? He's got a knee problem, but I'm holding him, I'm supporting the leg in my hand, and he can just stand like that, see? So I'm not yanking, I'm not pulling, I'm just holding it the way that it feels good with him, and the tail in my hand, and then lift the leg like this. If there's any extra hairs, we're going to get that after. And he has a big mat right here in his ear. I'm not going to bother combing that out, it's really big. So I'm just going to take my trimmers and just cut it out. And nobody will know the difference. I'm just going to give his ears a little bit of a brush, and sometimes I don't brush, but I decided to brush today. Turn around. Let's get the other side. You got one there too? I'm just going to cut that off because I don't like to torture dogs. It's just a little bit of hair. You won't even miss it. No, you won't even miss it. There we go. Let's check your tail. His tail's in good shape. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lightly shave around here. Be careful if you use the clippers around the rectum. So if you go too close to the skin, the dog will go home and drag himself all over the carpet and cause a big, huge rash. That's why usually I use scissors, but I'm just doing this lightly. There's another way to do it quicker. Only do this if you're experienced and feel confident in doing that. There we go. And I'm just going to give it a quick brush. Oh, this brush is amazing, by the way. This is a dematting brush. Has two sides. They're both the same. And it's a Le Pooch brush. You just check. And be gentle in this area. It's a very sensitive area. So you want to use caution when brushing. They have a gland here. And if you brush too hard, the skin will get red and it'll flare up. So use very gentle strokes and hold the knot with your hand if you have to. Even under the tail. This area is very, very sensitive. Especially on white dogs. So I'm holding the hair gently, brushing it out. So there's the tail. Now one more last step that I'll do before the bath, if it's needed, is I'll check the pads. And if they're matted, like really tightly matted, I will get them out because it's really hard to wash the dog with, you know, if the pads are matted in there, because they won't get clean. So they're not matted, so I'm just going to leave that. I'd rather clip clean hair than dirty hair. So he's ready for the bath right now. Alright, so he got bathed and dried. I didn't show the bathing because it would be a very long video, but if you want to see any bathing videos, I'll put the card above and I'll put the link below in the comment section. I did hand dry him. It's best to hand dry them. I used the high velocity dryer because it fluffs up the hair, and then when you cut it, it'll make it more even. If you cage dry them, I find the finish isn't his good. I do have a drying playlist as well. I'll put that down below in the description if you want to have a look. So now I'm going to shave him with the same blade, the same size blade that I shaved him before the bath, and it's just gonna smooth them out. So we're gonna get started now to shave them all over. Another thing I recommend is getting your soft slicker to brush all the hair forward and upwards on the legs. That way when you cut it, it'll come off smoother. Or you can use your comb, but I find the brush a lot better. Just comb everything against the grain and re-clip. Let's see what happens. And I'm doing the exact same direction as I did before. Sometimes what I do as well, if you can't get those hairs that are sticking up, I just put my clip in reverse and I kind of skim it just to get off those hairs. Because when the dog is small and the legs are short, it's hard to maneuver the clipper to get it all off. So I'm not pushing all the way to the skin, I'm just kind of skimming to get off that bit of hair there. And also back here, just to make it even. Alright, just going to go around this growth. Now the growth has been there for a while. So I'm not sure why the growth isn't getting removed. I suppose it's not harming the dog. It doesn't bother with it, so they don't get it taken off. It probably cost a fortune too. Just gonna lift your little arm, okay, buddy? There we go. just going to go reverse right above his foot. Now I'm just going to do the other side really quickly. I'll probably put in a time lapse just to make the video shorter. Okay, all the shaving is done on the body and the legs, and the next thing I do is I shave the pads. I use my trimmer and I put it on a 30 setting. This is a adjustable blade that you can go right up to 40, from 9 to 40. And I like a nice clean cut on the pads. The next thing I do is trim their feet. I just brush them up and just trim them around. Trim around to make them round. There we go, baby. Let's try the other one. Did you get touch artist in this part too? Yeah. So I just trim them like this on all 4 feet. And I've already cut the nails. If you want to see how to trim nails, I do have a playlist for that. I'll put it above in the card, or I'll put the link below in the description, and you can go have a look at that. Now for the face, I'm just going to do this quickly because it was more about shaving the body and the legs in this video. I do have another video about faces, and again I'll put the link down below in the description. So I'm using the 7F, and I'm just at the top of the head. I'm going to do the sides of the face. I'm just leaving a short little face, little hairs around the nose there. I'm taking all this off. Oh, you're getting shorter and you're slinking down. Okay, I just clean out the eye area as well. Actually, I put this back on a 10. Sorry, not sure if you can see it, but just be a quick face. So I just trimmed the bangs straight across. You had very long bangs. Yes, you did. Just comb them forward. Oh, he's fussy about this part. It's okay, bud. It's okay. He's just little scissors cutting your hair. Let me see, you got some eyes now? Oh, wow. You can see. Okay. Usually hold them by the chin here. Okay, all that hair is going to go. Because he's going to the cottage. And he goes in the water, so he doesn't need all this hair gonna get wet and yucky, full of sand. Alright? So I just comb that forward, get off all those hairs that were in his mouth, the whiskers. What a good boy. Now I'm going to lift up this hair. Sorry if my arms are in the way. And just going to taper that down. Just getting the hairs away from the eyes. Let's see this side. Let's comb it up and take all those hairs that stick up. I like taking them off because you know, when the dog lays down, he'll wake up and all that hair is like sticking up in his eyes. You don't need that in your eyes, do you? No, you don't need that in your eyes. Oh, now you're getting sleepy. That's good. And I take all this hair away from his ear opening so the ear can breathe. Check the other side. I'm going to trim his ears. I just trim them straight across. Let me see the other side. Make sure they're even. But I will be going over this dog when I'm finished filming because the camera is actually right in the middle of my arms. It's hard to reach, so if you see anything sticking up, I apologize. And he keeps wanting to go to that one side. I don't know. He's trying to get away. Are you trying to get away? Okay, and I got to shave up there. Whoops. There. So I will straighten that up in a bit. But I just want to show you what I do is I get my chunkers. I like the chunkers because it leaves a nice texture. And it's quicker work than the thinners sometimes. So I'm just using the chunkers. Oh, you hear something. To blend in this area. There we go, sweetie. Okay, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed my video. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. If you got any questions, just ask down below. And I want to thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you in the next video.